This is a highlight of everything that went down this week inside of Kingshot. I was attacked, I lost a bunch of power. In addition to that, we actually talk about a little Moco in the final video. Welcome back to Kingshot. We've just finished up our 7-day mini-series focusing on the Hall of Governors, and as you can see right here, the rewards are in, and I was able to take 30th place in the entire kingdom. Now I'm a little bit surprised about the rewards. I was hoping for something a little bit more grand, robust, but we got ourselves 8,000 gems, 12 hours of speed ups of multiple different kinds. So not the worst, but also not the best. Now, before all of this went away, I actually went through and did some screen recording so you guys could see where things lie and how everything looked. This is no longer in the game as of right now, but you could see my day by day, and man, my final day was rough. But we did well on most days going up to and leading up to that event, so I was actually okay with it, and you could see the points, the rewards, the rankings, and all of those things. Just wanted to share that with you because it's not in game now, and I thought you might be interested being that you've been following the journey. Oh, and by the way, I also play Clash Royale, and check that out. Almost at 10,000 trophies, which is insane. Okay, off the side note, time to get back to Kingshot, so let's dive into the game and see what's actually going on right now. Doing a bunch of gathering, trying to get my resources up. We're currently going with our stable, which will be done in 2 hours, and our town center has 3.5 days left on its journey. Something that I've been learning from a lot of you that watch the channel is that you like the casual approach right here to these videos. You like it that I'm just kind of taking you through my day by day, not just doing tutorials, but taking you on my journey with me. And I love you guys for that, so thank you. Now, we also had the all-in event that was going on where you can go and attack people and get kills and, do fun things like that. As you can see, we were part of that, got a lot of victories along the way. I was basically hunting for farmers that shouldn't have been out farming at the time. And it was a lot of fun, actually. I enjoyed it. I got snookered a few times while out there. Some strategy was done if I sent farmers on a 10-minute walk, or I should say attackers on a 10-minute walk, and then someone saw it, they left, and then they came back to attack me. Yeah, all the fun things did actually happen, but at the end of the day, it was a fun event, and I really enjoyed it. And basically through that, I got myself 178,000 kills, and while on the screen, by the way, I'm in Kingdom 819 if you want to join me or my alliance. My alliance is currently number 1 in the kingdom. We're called Devil Paradise, and we'd love for you to say what's up, like many people have been doing in private messages in game to me personally, which is awesome. I mean, I'm not going to go into people's DMs or anything, but a lot of people come through and say what's up, which is really cool, and it makes me feel good about making content inside of the game. So yeah, guys, you guys have been great. By the way, let's take a look over here and go to the dock and see what we got going on. My next goal here is to get my Fountain of Life up to the next level. I just need basically 14,000 more water to do that, and our water, we are really picking away at things over here. Made our way to the shoreline, and over here, well, we made our way to the shoreline a ways back. We're just continuously collecting, and once I get to that point, I think we'll be getting this. What is this at level right now? 7. I'm assuming it can go to level 10, so one step further in the right direction. Now, for the all-in event where we were going out and hunting farmers and things, I can't actually find anything that shows the rewards that we got for the event, but at the end of the day, it was a lot of fun, and it was experiencing what it's like to actually hunt in the game. Now, right now, I have some auto attacks going on, so I don't have any troops to spare. Also, we have a bunch of gathering. What I'm typically doing with my gathering as of late is I gather one of each resource. If I'm active inside of the game, I'll be going after smaller nodes because you're going to be able to collect more quickly from those, versus if I'm going off for the evening, I'll focus on something like a level 8, which will get me gathering for like 12 hours. By the way, should we check out some comments? We got AA Ron back on the channel saying, don't forget to upgrade your basic dock to increase troop capacity. Also, always scout before you battle, before you attack, so you know what you're getting into. Yeah, I wasn't doing the scouting. I know, I should have. Attacking someone gathering doesn't show actual battle, only attacking because someone's town or attacking someone's town or taking a tower. That's noted, because when I initially did my battle of someone farming, there was no, visual, and I was like, what the heck happened? Realized later that we got it done fine. Just be careful who and what you attack, because there's only 2 ways to permanently lose troops, and that's attacking a town center or a level 4 tower. So if I'm, just to clarify here, I believe if I go and attack a gathering position, or maybe even some people in the wild, I can't actually lose troops, Please confirm if that's true or false. And I'll tell you, the community is always great, giving tips along the way from me and other people in the comments. We have MagicCraft13 right here saying, hey, nice video. For the forging priority, infantry health on the other armor and glove, archer lethality on the helmet and boots, then cavalry lethality on the helmet and boots. Appreciate that. And I actually have been messing around with my heroes myself, and well, I can't say I've 100% followed that, but I probably should have. I've actually noticed when I go into the arena, some players have leveled up quite a bit more than me. Some of the gear that's, you know, even purple gear. So that's something that I'm probably gonna have to start focusing on myself, because I have some heroes that I bring into battle. For example, Quinn with no good gear on. So I really need to start prioritizing. Even the gear over here, it's purple, yet still. At the same time, while I'm here, let's actually look at my backpack. Do I have anything? What can I look for here? Let's use this. What are we gonna get? All right, literally nothing good. Absolute waste. And according to our speed ups, we're still sitting on 22 days of general. Soldier training has 3 days, construction 5, research 21, and soldier healing 4 days left of speed ups. We did use quite a bit from the latest event, and I was just kind of curious, honestly, to see what we had left over. I will say though, I have 53,000 gems that I'm sitting on right now. I'm trying to get myself filled up to 120,000 gems so that I can get the next wheel when it comes around, or else we may have to spend a few bucks to make sure we get it done, because, you know, our girl Zoe right here, we definitely want to level her. By the way, I could get her skills up. Yes, please. Let's get a Zoe skill up right there. And as far as gear goes, so I've been prioritizing, you know, just getting Jabel's gear up. I've been trying to get this right here to 50. I think I want to get to that point before I make any other changes and start working anywhere else, just because it's an OCD thing going on in my head. Let's see if I can get there now, just from using some gear right here. Well, it's 49. I think we can. Oh, come on. We're so close. 1, 5, 1, 2. Oh man, we did. All right, so right now she's got 50, 40, 50. So basically her gloves for defense as well as her chest for defense are going to be beneficial right there. I think we're looking good, unless if I should have been doing that for Helga. Man, I just hope I'm doing it right. Oh, and we have a little bit more for Ascending Quinn right here as well. Looking forward to replacing him in my team too. As of right now, that's not the case. Who should we put these levels into? I think it's got to go into Zoe, or maybe it has to go in here. Let's go and put them into Jabel, because, well, she's got the best gear anyways. And it looks like the fishing tournament is returning tomorrow. That should be fun. And my Triumph chest, let's collect that there as well. 2,000. You know, some days I get 10,000. I'm at level 50. I'm 50 in the Alliance, literally dead in the middle. I feel like I should be doing better than that for how often I'm logged into the game. By the way, right here, we just had someone return, so let's go and attack something. We're going to attack right there. This is how I typically do it. Then I'll go on in and I'll do a bunch of Conqueror fights as well. Try and get all the freebies that I can with my stamina while I'm here. Yeah, we're going to do that. I can go get some guys that are camping out in the wild and be a hero and rescue them. Go do more Conquer fights as well. And I saw one more little tent out there that we need to go be a savior. We're gonna go rescue them, and then we're gonna collect all of our rewards for doing so. Now, a lot of times when my farmers come back, I'll just bang these out in one shot. But now is not that time, because, well, they are out farming, and I'm here, you know, saving lives. Alliance mobilization is going on right now, and I typically choose the ones for gathering or for attacking things in the wild, like this one, but it's already been taken by Ben. So I just kind of sit back and sit tight on everything else in the meantime. Working overtime, I don't know. I really don't focus on too many of all these things. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Monument's looking good though. Check this out. Completing literally we missed one. Badland Hunting Reserve. That was 1,000 gem. What was this we could have unlocked? Terror. Oh man. All right, we missed one out of all of them. Not bad for the top alliance in Kingdom 819. And I have to congratulate you all and thank all of you, because we hit over 50 likes. Make it 53 now, because I'm going to like my own, yes I will, on my island. Thank you guys so much for coming on over, checking out the island and liking it. Right now we're just clearing, and then we're going to put together a really cool build. And I was actually wondering, is there a way, and you could actually see it in my chat right there, is there a way to hit like a copy button on someone's and to literally steal their design, or is that not doable? I have my own design in mind, but I was just curious if you are able to copy people's designs and if I could share my design with you guys once I get it done. Because I used to have some badass designs in Rise of Kingdoms, and I think we could do something over here as well with my island. So make sure you come on through the game, check out my island, throw a heart on it, leave me a message inside of the game if you want to, and let me know as of right now, what kingdom are you in, and how long have you been playing? I'll see you guys in the next Kingshot video. As one event ends, a new one always begins. Welcome back to Kingshot. Today, we have this new event, the Melody of Reunion, the Governor of the Moon, the Moonlit Celebration. The question is it worth taking our resources and efforts to participate in this event? As you can see right now, just from doing basic things, mostly gathering inside of the game for today, my Governor of the Moon was successfully completed, at least for the initial, startup rewards. Looks like we have another 5, 6, 7 days of activities right here, and we're gonna look through all these to see if it's worth our time. But really, we have to look at some of the rewards that we can get and some of the other benefits that you have for doing this. Now, it looks to me, from when I look at this event and we scroll through the rewards, unless if you unlock it and like buy the pack or whatever it is to unlock that. So what does it actually cost here? Sources, mystery, VIP, activity, own. It seems as if $5, $10, these are all the rewards that we can get. I don't know, for me, if this is something that's worth investing my resources into. It doesn't get me a new hero. It doesn't get me anything massive for my hero development. It's okay at best. So for me, I'm probably not going to participate in this one, at least not hardcore. I'll do the minimum that I can, try and progress it, of course. But the thing is, we can get some rewards for doing some unique things. If we take a look right here today, take a look here. Use epic recruitment one time, 11,000 points. Well, look at this, guys. I have not used any epic recruitment since I started the game. I'm sitting here with, we could do a free advanced right there. The epic recruitment, I have 428 of them. That is a lot of points that could really progress me in this event. So first things first, if you're gonna pull epic recruitment, you may as well do it during an event like that's going on right now. But I'm not gonna do it just to progress the event that's going on right now, because in my opinion, the value just really isn't there. I don't think the rewards are that great. Now, we do have to also come over here. If we have anyone, we may as well get them mobilized. Can we equalize? We'll deploy. Got a bunch of gatherers out as well, so we're kind of busy at the moment. Let's go on over to my island, see what we got going on, because we are almost at 49,000 resources. Takes me 50K to get my Fountain of Life up to the next level. Do we have something hiding over here? No resources to... I'm gonna force collect. Oh my god, it was not much there. We do have this hiding right in there in the bush. We're gonna go grab that at some point. Let's check out the other collector. Yeah, another one hiding in the bush. I just have to be... We're gonna force collect again. Not enough, man. By the end of the day, we'll be getting this thing up to the next level, which will be actually quite exciting. We like to get our fountain up in level. And by the way, 57 likes on the island, boys. Thank you so much. And to show my thanks, why don't we look at some of your comments from my last video? And let's start off with this one from Coffee IV Drip. I like that. I actually like coffee myself. I got my coffee right here. By the way, we have our own store with our Echo mugs, Echo gear. I don't know. If you want to go check it out, check it out. It's linked down below. It's completely up to you. But let's take a look at that comment. Yeah, let me get back on track. Quick tip for Alliance mobilization, if you aren't already aware. The top 2 missions are your personal missions that are only for you, and you can refresh them if you click on them. You can get a total of 4 personal missions each day of the event. There'll be 120% value, and one will be 200% value. Keep refreshing these 2 missions as often as you like until the ones you want appear. Love the casual videos. Keep it up. Thanks so much, Coffee Drip. I appreciate that, bro. I actually love these casual videos myself. What is I think he's talking about, let's actually find what he's talking about here. This is it right here, the Alliance mobilization. So you do get some personal ones. I really just like to always go with the ones that are focused on gathering and attacking beasts. So I don't have any of those available now. I'm not gonna be doing any top-up points. I'm not going to be using any hero shards. I'm not using gems. I'm not using hammers, so it's really not worth me doing any of those. I'll just wait until the ones for Alliance Mobilization actually come to be that I would actually use, and then we will be a little bit more in the right task. By the way, fishing has begun, so shall we do a little bit of that? Well, yes, I think we should. We can't do any upgrades yet. Let's do some regular fishing. Why the whole mechanic and the whole thing again? I'm not sure why it's giving me all that, but either way, let's go fishing. We're going to progress this throughout the day, get to the depths of, oh, that's a new fish. Those are new fish. I don't have them yet. I want the, oh, there's a lot of new fish in here. Let's go nice and, oh, look at these. Yeah, there's a lot. Some type of worm looking things as well. Trick is on the way down to not hit fish. You'll go to, oh, I want that crab. Oh, I can't get the crab. The worm, that. I want this fish. What else is new? We'll grab this. I think that's all that's new here, boys. Oh, that guy, oh, I missed him. We'll grab this. There's one. Got him. Okay. I think I got a couple of new fish here. Let's see. Yeah, tilapia. We got the sea cucumber, the crystal, and the rosy bitterling. So we did actually get some new things right there. Let's retreat really quickly. What is this? We'll go back in. I'm going to upgrade my hook. It's typically my first upgrade that I do. It allows me to get a few more fish on the line. Let's dive deep down again and see what we can get. Now, we don't have the super deep drop deep. Oh, I want that axe. I'd like that as well. See if we get anything else on the way down. I'm not seeing any new creatures of the sea. There's one. Oh, I can't get that one either. Come on, dude. Get the spoon. Get the boot. Everything else is stuff I already have. We'll get the pot. And we'll get the axe. And whatever else we want to grab on the way up. All right, so we got a couple of new things here, I think. Yeah, the axe. And that's legit all that we got that's new. But it's pretty easy to progress your rewards over here. Again, the same thing. If you want to unlock these, you know, the rewards over here seem a little bit better than the rewards from the other event that are going on. Plus, fishing, I just think it's fun. I think it's fun how they do this event inside of the game. But what I'm going to focus on right now is just keeping my troops healed up and going over here, getting any of these things that we need to. And again, as you can see, we have more battles to do and other things to clean up here, like to rescue some people, to do a couple of these conquers. You know what I could probably do? I could probably do a little bit of arena today. Shall we do a little bit of arena? Let me know in the comment section below if you would like for me to save my arena battles for you guys when we're here doing a video, because I totally can do that. And there is something I learned about the arena recently. So when we're looking at our opponents, I would typically just tap on someone, say, oh, level 52, okay, they're pretty good. That's their defensive lineup. But you got this magnifying glass. You could actually dive in and check out the gear that they're wearing as well for even more details. I was not aware of this prior. So let's actually go in and let's fight this guy, right? I'm sitting out with some higher level troops. I feel like I have better gear on most of my troops. Now, who knows? Your boy could lose. It's what it is. But it looks like we are going to come in and we can have a more educated knowledge going into these battles on how well equipped people's heroes actually are. So now that we have this right here, I typically just kind of look at some of the easier ones here, some decent levels. You could also look at how upgraded the heroes are as well. This should be another easy win for me, so I'm going to go and fight that one as well. Let's see how it turns out. It's turning out, it looks like things are turning in the right direction for me right here, which is going to be another victory. And I've been kind of focusing on the casual 5 battles per day. I haven't been going with the extra gems. Maybe I should. Here, levels are good. Gear, we should be able to beat this guy as well. So we're going to come on in and we're going to do a third fight right here. Super easy, super quick, but at the end of the day, I want to pull in the wins because I want to be able to get those gear chests. Those are very important, especially for me, trying to get more of that golden gear on my heroes. Now, we're going to go over here, take a look at the lowest. Okay, levels are fine. Gear, not much investment into that gear. So we're going to go in and we're going to fight this guy because I think the gear is lower than mine. The champion hero levels are lower than mine. We should be okay. We should be good. This is 4 victories in a row. Good start to the day. Was given some easier opponents to go after. let's do our final one. But actually first, let's check out another comment. This comment from Wuchin2904 saying, yes, attacking gathering place won't lose troops as long as your hospital is not full, which in that video, my hospital was not full. We can only attack gathering only in NAP Alliance when an all-out event. Only for NAP Alliance. Hopefully I wasn't attacking the wrong people. If I was, I am very sorry. I don't think that I was, though. I think I was actually following the rules fairly well. Appreciate you, Wu Chen, for the comment. Now back to the battles. Who do we want to take a look at here? Let's take a look at this guy. Fair levels, blue gear. Again, I think I should be okay. Let's go ahead. This is our final battle of the day. Can we go 5-0? Also, let me know if you're participating in the new event that we started discussing when we started our video out today. Let me know if it's something that you are progressing yourself. And if not, where should I be saving my epic recruitments for? Is there an event where you're like, yes, save your epic recruitments for that, because that's gonna be the one that's gonna get you the most rewards for doing so. All right, solid day right there. If I go to the shop and we come on over to the arena, we are at 7,700 of our arena tokens, and I need 12K for the mythic hero chest, which is what I'm actually going for. But the main question of the day is fishing. Oh yes, and the Moonlit Celebration. Oh, we have a couple of tiles we can unlock right here. We'll get the extra rewards for it as well. Yes, thank you very much, because my progression inside of the game is phenomenal. Complete designated missions. Complete all missions. Complete all missions to obtain. Okay, that's easy. Top up, we're not topping up right now. Do you like the event, guys? Let me know in the comment section below. And also subscribe for regular, almost daily Kingshot videos. I have a ton of recruitment to do inside of Kingshot. We're sitting on 443 golden keys and 438 silver keys. And now is the time because of an event that we have going on that's giving us some type of a reward for recruitment. Now, I've learned from the comment section in my videos that there may be some better events, but we don't need to be saving 400 and change keys for those events. And at the same time, I need to be upgrading my heroes so that they're strong enough to win in the arena, because at the end of the day, we want to be able to get those big arena rewards from the custom mythic hero gear chest. So that's the plan. We're gonna do a bunch of pulls today, and then I'll give you an update on the Burning Kingdom that I'm inside of. So make sure you stay tuned, and if you haven't yet, subscribe for Kingshot videos every day. So the plan here is for me to pull approximately 300 of these golden keys, leaving me with plenty in my back pocket and probably a bunch of the silver ones too. It's also gonna resource me up. Let's start going right now. We're not gonna show this again today. 10 at a clip. Let's go. I am looking to get some serious upgrades on my champions or on my heroes today inside of Kingshot. I would love it. Oh, yes, we have a nice quick. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. This is beautiful. Can I get an animation, which means we get like a full, real big hero unlock? I want more. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. I want more of these so that I can really get some good upgrades on some of the guys. There's another one right there, but can we make them maybe some of the SSRs? That would be quite lucky. Well, you ask and you shall receive. Jable right here, someone that I really need to get leveled up, is now, well, potentially going to be able to. But let's keep this going because we are far from done. We have many, many more to go. Hopefully we get something good out of all of these, because at the end of the day, we want strong heroes so that we can upgrade them so we can dominate in the arena, because it's not just about the gear, it's also about the level you have in your heroes as well. Will we get any more animate? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, when you ask, it just happens. And I actually like getting my blue heroes up because it's going to help me with my gathering. If you didn't know, all the blue heroes inside of the game give you gathering buffs, and they're really the ones that you utilize for your gathering when you send out your 4 gathering rallies. And Seth now going to be able to get a little bit of a bump up himself, which I absolutely love. We're getting some good stuff right here. We're going to be able to get some good upgrades when we go on over to our heroes after this. But the thing is, we're going to wait for a day with this event that we get rewarded for upgrading our heroes. I'm not going to do it just on a random day like today. Let's pull this down to, let's say, 100 golden keys left. And there we go, another Jable as well. Beautiful. She's going to be getting some good jumps in power after this here today, and we'll take a look at what that actually comes and looks like. We got the Pizza Man here as well, our healer Pizza Man, and okay, this is fun. This is good. This is good. How many do you have saved up? Another Jable as well. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We're gonna do one more after this. Boom. All right, that saves me 100 keys for a rainy day. And I think that's wise. Now, we do have our reward chest as well, which we'll get soon. But first, I have the advanced that we need to do because, well, the advanced, they give us stuff as well. So let's just kind of spam through the advanced ones. And, well, we're going to still continuously gain from utilizing these as well. Then I'm very curious to see how well we're going to look in the event that's going on. And by the way, Quinn is someone that I'm still using inside of the arena. So it's nice to know that we're going to be able to get some upgrades from him, mostly from these silver keys as well. So I'm going to bring these silver keys also down to 1,000 silver keys. Then we're going to take a look at comments from the community because your guys' comments have been really driving this channel overall. I absolutely love it. And I love pulling more heroes, man. It's just freaking great. And it's one after the other. Eon Wu. Now, it's not that I use a lot of her, but at the end of the day, it's okay. I'll still take it. Let's keep going here. 318 left. These, I'm telling you, we're getting more out of the silver than we were getting out of the gold. Is that strange? I mean, there's no Jables to be had over here, but as far as the blue recruitment and the purple recruitment, we're definitely getting more out of here. Plus, we're getting more books as well, which is important for the progress of the account. At the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. We are trying to progress the account. Now, if you think that any of the heroes that we're pulling right here are ones that should be in a primary rally, or I should be utilizing an arena, because now we've been getting these upgrade opportunities, please let me know, and I could take a look into that as I try to grow my own account. Like Yeon Wu right here, man, she's getting quite a bit. Get a little bit of farming of the bread as well out of her. 198 more silver keys, doing 10 at a pop right here. This is great because we're also getting all of the resources that yesterday I wasn't able to gather because we were under attack. Like I said, I am going to give you an update on that attack in just a little bit. There we go. Only 3 more pulls we're going to pull. 1 is right here. 2 is right here. And then 3 is right here with another Woo to finish us off strong right there. Oh, whoa, that's a double one right there. A Woo and a Seth. That's what I'm talking about right there. Now, let's go take a look at what things actually look like. And we have, look, a free one as well. We'll take that. Nice. Now, let's come on over to the heroes. Looks like we can get quite a bit here into Jable. Actually, 64 of 50. So not as much as I thought, but still, it's going to be good for her. We can get some skill upgrades into her as well. Let's hold that because I want to see when we go to the event. We just crushed this thing. I pushed myself up to 6th place in the ranking for day 3. The problem is, Governor of the Moon, the rewards aren't the best, right? I don't love the rewards that you get from this. So it's not an event I'm really pushing, but being that we were sitting on so many keys, we had to use some. So the next day is going to be for troop training. The day following that, day 5, is going to be hero gear with forge hammers, using a widget for any hero exclusive gear, using gems, bread in the wilderness, and the final day is going to be raise your governor gear max score. So I'm going to wait until day 5 until I actually go on in here and try and do a little bit more with my heroes. And I got another one of these unlocked as well, which we'll claim that too, which is basically for the same event. Now, I didn't look at my reward chest, so let's see what we get out of these, right? Oh, 24 more Jables out of that right there, which is a huge, solid pull. So you want an update on what's actually happening inside of my kingdom, and particularly even my base itself. Now to the comments, we have one from here from Botland8378 talking about weird. It was weird that we were attacked, being the #1 alliance inside of the kingdom, but as we said, politics and actually a lot of miscommunication is what happened in this attack. Either which way, talking about batch healing, how to utilize batch healing, which is something that I unfortunately was too late to. By the time these comments came in, I already started my big heal, which was like a 24-hour heal, and then I didn't want to cancel the heal because of the amount of healing that took place in that time, where I should have been batch healing instead. So I do appreciate the comment that came in right here. Unfortunately, I was too late to make use of it. And now I know for the future. And if we take a look over here, we only have 4 hours left on our heal. So, I mean, I could use speed ups, but we're just gonna wait it out. It's okay. But the problem is it's keeping me from doing things like bear hunt or like doing any of these and grabbing any of these in the world. Now I can, of course, go ahead and do my conqueror stuff because you don't get any injured troops from that. But I don't want anyone to be injured because it's overflowing the capacity of my hospital and I would just be losing a bunch of those. And I really don't want that to happen. We lost more than we should have already. And after the batch healing is done, which I'm gonna share in tomorrow's video, we'll actually see how many troops and how much power overall we lost. And this question also came in from Divas asking, when attacked, you lose buildings too? And the answer there is no. You just lose troops. The buildings that you place don't get lost, thank God. But the troop power you could lose is substantial. And to finish things out, my island has received 60 likes. Thank you guys so much for coming on over and liking my island here inside of Kingshot. If you want to know where I am, where I reside, I'm in Kingdom 819, and my God, under 20 million power because of the damage that we took in the recent events. Thank you guys so much for all of the tips, the guidance, and the comments in the videos. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you back here in another Kingshot video tomorrow. We were attacked in Kingshot, and I lost a ton of power. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Kingshot video. I need to tell you the story of what just went down in Kingdom 819. Not that I have all the details of it, you know how politics go, but what I do know is I had a bunch of my troops out farming, and then all of them came back dead, as well as my city getting attacked. To the point of me having over a day's worth of healing and losing a ton of troops in the process. My power is down to 14.5 million, not including the troops that are still being healed up, but I was near 21 million in power, so we definitely took some losses. Let's take a look at some of these logs. First of all, max capacity was reached, and a lot of things were just dead. Check this out. This is not what you want to see from the system right there, not at all. And when we take a look at the defenses, we were just defeated right and left. We were scouted. It just was not a good situation. And as you guys probably know, it's the worst thing in the world to log into any kingdom builder and see yourself burning with a bunch of dead troops, especially when you're not expecting it. But as we stated, this is not a farming game. This is a war game, and things like this absolutely do happen. We will rebuild, the fight will go on. I don't know actually yet what the plan is, what's going to happen, if we're going to retaliate or if things are going to be worked out cordially. What I do know is I lost 5 million freaking power. That is literally a quarter of everything that I've had on this account, and that doesn't make me happy. What does make me happy though is over here on my island, taking things on a more of a casual note, we can upgrade our fountain to the next level. Oh, doesn't that make everything better? No. It doesn't make everything better. I'm still pissed off about getting attacked, blindsided in the night. It wasn't the night. It was while I was recording another video for another channel. But still, you guys get my point. By the way, we have ourselves 58 hearts on the island. Thank you guys for coming through. Still appreciate all of your support in the videos. And with that being said, let's take a look at a comment, shall we? How about this one from Botland8378? And man, this one is in depth in terms of epic and advanced recruitments. Regarding me pulling my keys and when should I do that, I would advise you spend them all on day 3 of the current event going on inside of the game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out yesterday's video. I go into all details about it there. In addition, Kingshot does release seasonal events like its previous government event and now with its Moonlit event. That's the one that's going on right now. Both events have a day where recruitment usages give points, but these are the only events that get points from recruitment. Interesting. Another reason to not save them is unless you save an ungodly amount of keys like what you have done so far. Yeah, I have about 450 of each. You won't rank high enough on those points alone to get enough points to compete with the big spenders on the overall event leaderboard, especially since most of the time free-to-play players will save resources for Kingdom versus Kingdom. And like you mentioned, the rewards aren't actually that worthwhile, and yeah, that's the truth. They're not that great. My recommendation is try it once. Save like a squirrel like you have done. He says I'm saving like a squirrel. See how high you can rank with one of them for this season event. I say do it now because you'll never know what the next one will drop, as the devs don't have a roadmap for them, and never do it again unless events change in the future. Next part of his comment, it's important to spend them because in that time you've saved these recruitments, you've also lost out on probably a large amount of arena rewards due to lower upgraded heroes. You know, I did think about this as well, and that directly stunts your arena rewards each day. This is quite bad because those rewards, like you mentioned, directly allow you to access good gear in a free-to-play way through the arena shop. So the trade-off and the long-term probability would show it's best to just use them and keep your main heroes as strong as you possibly can at all times. And you know what? I agree actually quite a lot with that comment. And then he says, on a separate note, I saved 170 epics and 150 commons, which I'm planning to spend on day 3. Also, I hope to see you wipe the floor on day 3. And we're going to see what happens because as he's mentioning day 3 of this event that we have going on right now, let's actually find it really quickly. Oh yeah, here it is. If we take a look at day 3, epic recruitment, advanced recruitment, rare hero, this is the day. So tomorrow, what I should do is I should actually do a mass opening video, opening up all of my chests. It's something I've actually been waiting to do. As it sits right now, besides my everything just looking pretty freaking brutal, 440 golden keys and 434 of the silver ones, which can be mass pulled tomorrow. Let me know in the comment section below if you want to see that mass pull video. Now, I was able to get some of my troops back, or something back from this. I claimed the honor reforged to help you regain your power. We've prepared a free pack, which was really nice and generous, but I just want my troops back. And my dog back there just discovered my light. As you can see, he's checking out what's going on. So the question is what to do now. I really am nervous to go and do any gathering because I'm not sure if these attacks are over. I don't want to get attacked again. I don't want to lose any more troops. I don't want to join any more rallies because I was auto joining these rallies without realizing I still had auto join on, and my troops that were He just stole my toy that I had from when I was a kid, my He-Man toy. You see what he just stole off of my game system there? Do you guys even know what this is? Who remembers this from when they were a kid? I'm talking the 80s right here. I don't have the headpiece or anything, but yeah, that's what's left of it. Back to my point here, I was auto-joining rallies without realizing it because auto-join was on. My troops were getting hurt and they were just dying. So that was a huge bummer actually when I realized it. So really it's time to sit tight and to talk to the Alliance and figure out what next steps are. Are we safe? Did they figure out some kind of a truce? And this is something that a lot of people inside of these games don't really even realize, that it's not just about building up your city and farming things up and building up your power, which is actually a huge fun part of this game, but it's also about war and treaties and working out governmental political style things with other players in the game, and sometimes fighting things out. Now, I don't know why we were attacked. I'm not sure what went down and what kind of discussions went down with leadership or what, but I do know that my alliance is the #1 in the kingdom right now. If we come on over right here, I'm in Kingdom 819, leaderboard, Devil Paradise, we are #1 and still have, by a pretty decent amount, the highest power in the kingdom. Even though I lost 5 million of my own, I'm sure many others lost some as well. I just wish I was online so that I didn't miss out on the warning that came in. Damn. Now we have another comment that came in that's actually on the other side of the fence with those keys. This one from Weiler XL saying, save those recruitment keys. There's an event where you need to use 30 epic keys daily for 3 straight days. I forgot what the event is. Could anyone add details if they remembered? And then we have Jurgen Emes saying, best pet introduction, need to use a total of 30 keys over 7 days. All right, so that's actually fine. I have plenty of keys. I could pull 400 of my keys. Taking a look, we have 440. I could pull 400 keys tomorrow and pull 400 silver keys for a total of 800 keys and still have plenty for when that event happens to come to the game. Appreciate your comment, guys. Now, a question I do have for all of you that are watching right now, I'm sitting here with a day left on this trading. I can't go gathering, I can't go against rallies. I'm basically stuck for a day, making no progress on the account. Do I use the speed ups? It's gonna take a day's worth of speed ups. If I hit quick use, oh my God, it would be using, actually it doesn't seem that bad. It doesn't seem that bad how many speed ups I would be using, but I could be wrong with that. 22 hour, yeah, I guess 22 hours worth of speed ups. Let's actually see what I have in my bag right now. Let's go to my backpack. If I go to speed ups and I go to this, research soldier healing, I have 5 days worth of speed ups. I can use a day's worth of the speed ups. By the time you get your answers on this, it's probably going to be time past, but I'm curious if I should do it or not. Just not sure. I know I could use them. I know they're very valuable for when we're in war, KVK, and things like that. So maybe I should save them. Not 100% sure. Now, I don't even want to go and attack any beasts over here, like, because that also will give me more injuries and it'll hurt my troops and then they'll die. So I got to be really careful. I can't even interact with any of this inside of the game. I'm kind of at a stalemate. And I know a bunch of you are going to say you should be healing them up in batches of 200 or 300 because you can get help from your alliance. It'll go much quicker. Jeez, I didn't even realize that when it was healing time. I just hit heal and now I can't adjust anything. I could cancel the healing. I don't want to do that. So it's just sitting back and being patient. In the meantime, town center is going to level 26, and I actually didn't lose a ton of my resources, if any, in any of those attacks. Yeah, as we can see right here, we were defeated, losses, a lot of freaking losses. Oh, Jesus Christ. But it doesn't show any resources lost, so it seems like it's not anything. Oh, this guy right here, let me copy his ID. I got his ID now. Just kidding, not that it matters. Like I mentioned, it's part of the game, guys. Like, getting attacked sucks. And I remember when I first started playing Kingdom Builders, it was Rise of Kingdoms in the beginning. I got attacked for the first time, like, what the heck just happened? All of my progress has been lost. And it's not actually all of it, but it definitely does feel bad. That's why 1, get yourself with a solid alliance to back you up. 2, be safe. Follow the rules of the kingdom so you're not getting yourself attacked. And 3, hopefully you're in a kingdom that doesn't have a lot of controversy going on. I'm not sure about Kingdom 819, which is mine right here, but there may be some controversy going on here. Time will tell. Let me know your thoughts on today's video, how you best protect yourself, and what I should be doing with my speed ups and healing. Let me know, guys. Have a great day. Peace out. Welcome back to Kingshot. Today's the day that I give you the update on what's going on my personal account, what's going on inside of the kingdom, and what should you be looking forward to inside of the game. As you can see right now, I'm at Town Center level 26 because a massive upgrade has happened, and we're sitting at just under 17 million power, and you may be wondering, Echo, what happened to your 20 million power? Well, we were attacked, and while my entire alliance was, we burned. It felt bad, not only for my village, but also for my heart. So thanks for that. And we lost a lot of troops, down to about 14 million power, brought that up to nearly 17 million based off of our town center upgrade and healing up a bunch of the troops. Healing is all complete as of right now though, so things are back to normal and we are rebuilding, trying to get a bunch more troops trained up so prepared for the next battle. Now is the best time to play Raid Shadow Legends because you can get one of the tankiest champions in the game for free with a special code. And you want to know what it is, don't you? But before I go any further, I need to thank Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. Well, first of all, we're talking about the Ultimate Death Knight, and to get him, you need to download the game with my QR code or my link in the description. Once you do that, you put in code UDKING and you get the Ultimate Death Knight for free, which is something that I don't even have yet on my account, and I've been playing for nearly 2 years. That's insane. In addition to that, just for using my code or my link, you get Elinari, another legendary champion when you download the game, and you get Yugo once you hit level 15 using my code. It is a no-brainer. Play Raid Shadow Legends now. It's the best time. So if you start playing Raid now, you can unlock some insane champions, like some of the ones I'm sharing with you right now. Mythicals, hard to come by, but once you do, they can help you dominate the game. And I have one that's about ready to go live too. This guy, Empress, I've worked hard to get him, and I'll be summoning him soon on my channel. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out when I bring in one of the most S-tier champions inside of the game. And thanks again to Raid for sponsoring the video. But remember to download Raid now with my QR code or my link in the description. That way you can get Ultimate Death Knight for free. With this being said, we have some building queues that we got to get rolling. So let's actually see here what requirements there are for the next level. We need an embassy and a stable, both level 26. So the embassy's right here, the stable's right there. We could just go ahead and quickly speed up that right there for the stable to get it going. But first of all, let's get our double time going right now, trying to make those upgrades a lot quicker. So we're gonna go with the embassy first. 7 days basically. All right, we'll get some help, knock that down a little bit. And our stable, let's use some speed ups. We're gonna quick use them right there. And now we're gonna do the upgrade. 1 day, 13 hours, boom. Good thing we have double time on, definitely saved us a little bit of time along the way. So that's gonna actually hurt us for the event that's going on right now inside of the game for training troops, because, well, we're gonna be training 1 barracks less of troops, or 1 stable, I should say, less of troops as of right now. But at the end of the day, we already said, and we talked about this in the previous video, that the Governor of the Moon event is not my favorite. I don't think the rewards are insane. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. I'm not trying to win the thing. With that said, it brings us to our first comment of the day from Simon Nielsen 6023 saying, you should have been upgrading the heroes with the shards you got. You could have been ranked #1 in the event. And you know what? He's right. Yesterday's event allowed us to also upgrade heroes and things like that, and I just didn't do it. So it's all right. We could have taken first. We took 6th place. Either way, I'm okay with it. Again, this wasn't an event that I was dying to win. It's an event that I really kind of wanted to summon all of my hero shards so that I could upgrade them and really do better in the arena. And while we're here, why don't we take a look at another comment from the YouTube community. Be easy, BZ. The enlistment will help you get troops back while you are healing. And yes, I did enlist a bunch of troops, but then I wasn't able to enlist anymore. I was capped out. So I enlisted as many as I could. Thanks for the tips and everyone that comes in game and shares tips and guidance. I appreciate all of you. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. So we have got no gatherers out right now, and we definitely need resources, especially since we just used a bunch. So let's actually send out a few of our gatherers right here. Boom. She's going to get deployed. We need some wood now as well. Can we find some? Let's actually click on resources, give us a better overview of the terrain. I see a lot of, what is the dog? I don't know what just went on there, but my dog just tried to rip down my poster. Who thought it was a good idea to get a puppy? Oh yeah, that was me. We have some stone over here we can go jump at right here before my dog jumps back up again and tries to tear apart my room completely. What else do we have? What are we looking for? I already have, let's see. Now I'm all flabbergasted and things. I need wood and I need iron. So let's go find some iron close to home and some wood. You know what? Let me find this. I'll be right back. And of course, now a rally went out with all of my troops, so I have no troops for gathering. It's funny what happens when you are low on troops. Either way, I need to find a time to actually do these upgrades of my heroes. I have quite a few upgrades, and I'll probably try to wait for an event that I could do this on to get some of those upgrades going. Specifically, Jable right here. We can get an upgrade there. We can upgrade on her skills as well. Oh, and by the way, I did just get a piece of gear yesterday. We got this piece of gear right here, the Champion's Shroud Mythic for our girl Zoe. The first decent piece of gear that the girl's thrown in. And I noticed that I'm not putting any upgrades into any purple or blue gear. I'm waiting for the gold, trying to save on resources. That's potentially a wrong move, as sometimes I jump into the arena and run into people that are spending on those. But for me, I've chosen not to. It's just the path that we've gone with. Tell me this. Why is Helga so low on my roster? Her gear, her gear is trash. And her level is 72 though. Why is she so low down there? I feel like she's always kind of a letdown on my team and not often living long. I mean, obviously that could be because of the gear, but you know, either way, I just expected more. You want to see the dog, don't you? The thing that's tearing apart the house. Let me get him. The little puppy is getting to be a big puppy. He's a pretty big boy now. Check him out. Yeah, there he is. His name is Cole, if you haven't met him before, and he is a little terror. But he's actually a pretty good boy most of the time. Yeah, I love you too, buddy. You're on YouTube. Say hi. Yeah, I think that's all we're going to get out of him. But you know what? Now you know who's ripping apart my room. It looks like we have city development going on here as well, where I'm not ranking very high, obviously, because I'm not doing much developing of the city. but some development will be going down. Really, and my fishing stuff right here, I think it's even over at this point in time. I kind of fell off on the fishing, but things are progressing over here in my island. We got a little bit more of that right here. We were able to upgrade our construction as well. I think we're at the max level of construction, which is also quite nice. And we are just picking away here at all the cacti that is in our way. So we're just gonna put those where they belong. If you haven't come on over and thrown a heart on my island, definitely come do that. It tells me that you show some love to the videos, as well as commenting down below. It's definitely all the love we're looking for here. Now, let's take a look at what we have in the wilderness. It looks like I can go and do a little farm right here. What do we need? We need some iron. I think I got some iron right here. 5, we can collect that very quickly. We're just gonna get rid of those, boom. And we need to get some wood. Yeah, I was on this hunt before. There's a little 5 wood. This one will be a quick collect. We'll gather that, dink, dink, go. All right, now we can auto join whenever we want. How often does auto join mess you up when you're trying to do some farming or something like that? And make sure you contribute to your alliance. It's how you become a good alliance mate. And we got the hero rally going on right now, which seems to go on for endless amounts of time. Yeah, ooh, what is this one? Our safety that is at risk from the Caesars. It must be dealt with immediately. Looks like we got some rewards for that one. All right, Hall of Governors. Is Hall of Governors just gonna continuously just keep on re-upping itself? I can't save forever for these things. And the battles start soon to control the rebels. So I guess it's where we're at. We're on the upgrade tip. We got about 7 days before our embassy's where it needs to be, so then we can get our town center up to the next level. At the end of the day, that's what we want it to be. I always try to get these right. Best not to wander at night. I'll have extra patrol. We're gonna put out extra patrols, get more on the public opinion there as well. And by the way, we also should go and have a little bit of a party. Let's throw some festivities for all the people in the village. Go do it to yourself in your own village. Make your boys happy. Now, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you show any support to the Raid Shadow Legends insert that we had earlier in the video, I do appreciate it. Directly supports me as a creator and helps me keep the lights on. Have a great day, guys, and be good. Welcome back to Moco. Today I'm here with Gaz, and we're gonna be talking about the future of Moco. But before we do, I wanna actually talk about our memories of when it initially launched back in March of 2025. Gaz, thanks for coming to the channel, man. I miss talking about Moco, and this is actually the first time that we're collaborating together, so it's a pleasure, man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Echo. It's I'm super excited to be here, to say the least.
Yeah, of course, man. Well, let's reminisce a little bit right now. Let's take it back to March. I believe it was March 18th, 2025. Moco launched. I know for me, I'm an action RPG guy at heart. I play Diablo Immortal on another channel, and I just love action RPGs. And Moco is really Supercell's rendition of an action RPG. I was stoked when this launched. I played it, and I played it prior in testing, but when it launched, and I saw how players can come together in the world and just fight on these big bosses, it was such a fresh, easy to jump into experience, and I absolutely loved it, mostly because of the social element of the battle mechanics. Howard, take me back to your experience when the game initially launched. All that hype was there from all players and creators. How were you feeling back then?
Yeah, I was super excited because obviously I covered Clash Mini and then that game died, so I needed a new game to cover on the channel. So I tried a bit of Squad Busters, wasn't my cup of tea. So then in the works was Moco. So I waited patiently for Moco just to go full time on that on the channel, with fingers crossed that I liked the game, because I never actually played it until it launched. So it was like totally fresh for me. I didn't join you guys in the early play tests. So there we go, downloaded it, started playing it, and I was hooked right away. So that's always a good sign. Just absolutely loved it. I found it easy to play, easy to get used to, and I just absolutely hooked, and I've been hooked since, to tell you the truth.
And that says a lot, man, because since chapter 2, it's been a bit of a lull. We're going to be talking about that throughout this video. You have to be one of the most patient content creators that I know, not only just from the Supercell community, because, you know, the Clash Mini, you were big into that, and that game was kind of killed, although it's in Clash Royale right now. And now Moco, it's taking longer to come out than you had expected. I appreciate you sticking with it and really having true belief that it's going to be a solid game. Now, initially, Everyone was hyped about the game. I remember live streaming, hundreds of people in there, super excited, wanting to join my parties, jumping in. We were farming with these big mobs, and it was just such a good social experience. This was basically throughout chapter 1. You know, you play through the whole thing, you unlock, what's it even called when you unlock it at level 40? What was that thing called again?
The Elite Hunter.
Yeah, the Elite Hunter program. You will unlock the Elite Hunter program, and then you start grinding through that. Everyone loved it. And then you get to that end game when the grind kind of falls off, and the whole plan was chapter 2 will then launch and you'll then restart your grind, which came with a lot of issues from the community. And being very transparent, I had issues with it myself. One of my biggest issues was, and I know there were a bunch and we'll talk about them all, but my biggest issue was the loss of progress. You would basically be almost reset to a new character for a new season. Now, speaking from the ARPG world, if we look at, let's say, Diablo 3, every season you start a brand new character, you play through the game throughout with the new mechanics that were implemented for each season, and you basically start fresh. I don't think that works in mobile gaming. I think that no one wants to lose progress, myself included, and because of that, Chapter 2 came, and man, I didn't even reach the Elite Hunter program. I'm not even there yet because I just was kind of, I took the wind out of my sails. Now, I know that you have been playing it every day, you're grinding it, which is why it's great that we could chat, but I think that was one of the major issues with Chapter 2 for me. Now, lucky for us, Supercell has been listening to not only content creators, but the community, and they've implemented a whole bunch of changes, which we're going to talk about today, that fix all of this stuff. So how are you currently doing with Chapter 2? And dude, I couldn't even remember it was called the Elite Hunter program. That's how far removed I am from it right now. Where do you stand right now? How are you enjoying it? Are you playing it because you love it every day or because you want to keep up?
Yeah, it's a chore. I'm going to be honest, it's a chore playing. Obviously, the time scale's passed now where we should have had Chapter 3.
Yes.
There's things in the game that we reported, i.e. the monsters being too difficult, the later worlds, the Elite Hunter worlds, super difficult to do daily jobs on your own. The monsters are just too strong. Some of the nightmare reefs, like sub too many times. I mean, they're next to impossible to complete unless you're cheesing them. But that being said, I'm still grinding it out. I think I'm about level 142. So I'm still playing every day, still emptying my daily XP, my boost XP, still doing my daily jobs. But yeah, it is a bit repetitive at the moment. So, but I'm sticking with it. With it.
I appreciate it, man. And I mean, Moco needs players like you, not only just playing the game, but also reporting things back to Supercell so that changes can be made. So let's talk really quick about the issues the community has had. And I have a list of them right here. I'm going to read them right out. 1, gameplay feels repetitive. Same stuff over and over again. And then when you're reset at the end of a season, you kind of have to do it again. Next, the progress doesn't feel too meaningful. Losing progress at the end of the season just sucks. Gaming isn't social enough. Let's talk about that, because I never felt that way. I actually felt that it was a pretty social experience. Now, maybe that's because I'm a content creator and because a lot of the times I was grinding long sessions, I was on a live stream. So maybe my experience is different from maybe the general player. But how did you feel about the social system? Did you think it was having an issue, or where are you at?
No, I thought it was like okay. I mean, you had groups there that held 1,000 members. Like if you were lucky enough to get that many members in. I mean, like I'm only going to take Clash of Clans as an example here because that's the only other Supercell game I played. But I think in the clans in Clash of Clans, how many members can you have in there? Is it like 50?
I think it was 50. Yep.
And then you can have 1,000 inside a Moco. So if you got that many players in your group, as they're called in Moco, then I found it like quite social. I can't understand where the social aspects came in, but they have just changed the groups now. If you do have 1,000 members, you can change it with community, and then that holds up to 10,000 people, which seems maybe a bit too social.
That maybe is a bit too social, too spammy. But either way, that's an issue that was heard by Supercell from people in the community, and they've made those changes you mentioned. They said that there was poor matchmaking, too many bots, so that was going to be addressed, and the lack of updates and lack of content. Now, we're currently in that state. We're at Chapter 2. As you mentioned, Chapter 3 is supposed to be happening now, but because of all the changes that are being implemented into the game, we're actually looking at an extended Chapter 2 until the game is ready to essentially have a relaunch. That's how I think we could probably talk about it,
Yep.
which we're not going to hear about or know more about, or it's not going to happen until 2026. So we're looking at October, November, December, at least 3 months, kind of just sitting in limbo in Chapter 2. You're going to be there getting your dailies done for the next 3 months.
It's going to be like level 200 by the time Chapter 3 comes out.
It's crazy. You probably already are a pro. But they've made the choice to not pull out of Chapter 3, because remember, Chapter 2 was kind of not successful for them. It was a downfall of the game. So why do the same thing again? I actually respect that Supercell decided to not make the same mistake again, instead put things on pause to do it right. I think they always do a nice job of fixing their mistakes and not trying to just go down the wrong path. Unfortunately, though, we have to wait 3 months before anything new. They're still said they're going to bring, some events to the game. Just things are going to be less of a cadence. New cosmetics, but maybe just like color changes and things. They're putting their entire team on these changes that we're about to discuss. So let's start out with them. Chapters are going to be changing over into seasons. Now, this is the one that's probably the most difficult to really see a massive difference within. I'll let you explain it a little bit more, but from what I understand, seasons are going to be just a little bit quicker than chapters, a little bit more updates and more content in those seasons. Why don't you break it down what you understand from the chapters to seasons change?
Yeah, so basically from the KPI, it said they're changing into seasons from chapters. And like you say, that they're going to last 1 to 2 months, I think it stated in the KPI.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas obviously chapters, as we know it now, last approximately 3 months. And then they're just going to put events like daily, bi-weekly, and just basically flood the seasons with events and content during that 1 to 2 months is the way I understand it, which seems like a good thing. If I'm being honest, it was my favorite part of the KPI, the seasons.
Yeah,
it was the bit I like the most.
Well, they also said removal of the season progress resets, which I think is cool, or the chapter resets. So again, losing your progress, it's just deflating. I think in all games, I personally think it's deflating. So that's being removed, which I like the best regarding the seasons over the chapters. Regular content is important. If you look at any mobile game, the most successful ones are the ones that have new events, an event ends, a new event starts, and something is always refreshing. Even if you look at I play some pay-to-win games, man. I play Diablo Immortal, super pay-to-win. I play Raid Shadow Legends, super pay-to-win. But both of them always have new events coming to the game, which is keeping players fresh. Now, Moco is not at all pay-to-win. And let's jump to that really quickly, because of all the changes we're about to talk about today, how drastically the game is going to change. They've said that monetization is going to remain 100% cosmetic only, which I throw a lot of respect to, man. They're literally, you could play this game for free and be one of the top players in the world. You may not look as cool as one of the other players, but that's the only difference. And what this also shows is that the community was engaging with cosmetics. People were buying them to the point where it could pay for the game, which is the community coming through and supporting Moco, and Supercell doing what's right for the community better than they ever have in any game before. How do you feel about that monetization strategy? Because in my opinion, it's unheard of in the genre.
Yeah, to be honest, I was super skeptical at the start, because we all heard at the start of Moco it was just going to be monetization through cosmetics, but a lot of games sort of take this route now. And if you look at, I think it was September or August, the earnings for Moco, I think, was $900,000 throughout August for a game that's basically free to play, that earn the money through cosmetics. A small player base because it hasn't had the promotion. So I think them numbers go to show it's doing really well, and it's a good choice from the team to go down that route.
Yeah, I mean, we could average that out to, let's say, $1 million for the month for a game that's in a chapter that's not getting a ton of support. Obviously, those numbers are going to probably go down over the next couple of months, but when they do launch the game, and it's a lot more of what players want, I mean, that sounds fairly successful already for a small team that's on the game, and probably more profitable than some of the older Supercell games. Not 100% sure on that, don't quote me, but games like Boom Beach and Heyday that are still supported and played to this day. All right, so monetization, they're in the right spot for that, in my opinion. They're changing gear kits. Something I actually liked about Moco is you have your character, You could put anything on it. You could put any weapons, you could put any cosmetics, you could put any buffs you want on your character. There's no path, there's no guidance. You could mix and match anything you want, but that's going to be changing because they're implementing classes inside of the game. Now, as it sits right now, I'm not 100% sure if a class is going to be equipped with this, and this, and you can't change anything at all, or if there's some customization involved. Now, if you think of action RPGs, most of them are class-based. You can choose your class. If I choose to be a barbarian, I then get weapons that drop for the barbarian, skills that drop for the barbarian. It seems like it's going to be very similar here inside of Moco. What do you think about kind of cutting down the freedom of players to make anything they want and actually putting them in a class-based system?
Yeah, this was the part of the KPI that I was super unsure about at first, because like you say, having the ability to create your own class, I could use the speed chop bow with these passives and these rings, and there was quite a big selection you could choose from and build your class. And it tied in with the rifts and dojos, especially for the dojos, one of my favorite parts of Moco, of building my own sort of class and trying to beat this dojo in sub 1 minute. I think it was a really awesome part of Moco. So when I read in the KPI they were introducing these classes, I was like, oh, I don't know if this is going to be a W, especially with the community. But since the KPI has dropped and I've read through the changes, I've had time to digest it. And I think it could work, and I think it could work well if the team puts a lot more weapons, passives, and gadgets in the game. So we've got a big selection of classes to choose from.
I agree. So although I do like the mix and match whatever you want strategy, if you think of Moco 2 years from now, they're new rings all the time, new passives and new weapons, things are going to get lost. There's going to be too many, and it's going to be overwhelming for players. And something that we need to think about, you and I guess not me right now, but when I was in my prime of Moco, I knew absolutely everything about the game like you do right now. We are not the average player. The average player wants to be able to hop in and not be overwhelmed. And in doing the class system, I think it really does help the average player, which is the majority of people that do play any game. Also, it kind of narrows down the path that you have for all of the different gear. When there's going to be 50 different weapons inside of the game, and your favorite is going to be Techno Fists or whatever your favorite is, like your builds are all going to be around that one. Maybe you'll use a couple of weapons depending on what you're using it for. This will kind of force you to use different classes, because along with different classes, I'm sure there's going to be different challenges that require you to use those certain classes. So you're really going to diversify, one, your skill as a player, being able to play many different classes. The social element, because maybe you need to go in with teams that have certain different classes as well. You know how events drop in the game and you have your tank and then you have your bow players in the back. You're kind of forced into a role. I kind of like that. It forces you to play a certain play style maybe that you're not used to. And I could see them taking these classes, getting away from the gear kits and making more events and gameplay modes and just zones that require those types of things. So in the long run, I think it's a good thing. I agree with you that there are going to need to be more, of all different things, more weapons, passives, more rings. And those are going to come. Those are going to come in consistent updates with time. Yeah. I think the class-based system long-term is really cool. And I think it's going to be the best path forward for the game, at least for the average player. And I feel like you're in agreement. Am I right or no?
Yeah, I agree with you. But I also think, on reflection, it can add a skill element to the game, because all the classes are pre-built. For example, if you've got this dojo to beat, we can all go in there with the same classes. It's not down to your build or player level. So if you've got a dojo to beat, you've got to go in with this class and then beat it. And then if you beat it, it's down to skill rather than player level, which it can sometimes fall down to now inside of Moco. Because I've posted dojo guides and people have commented on them saying, oh, you've only beat this because you're Elite 140 or whatever I was. But obviously with this new system, it actually removes that. And it can actually add a layer of skill as well.
Yeah, and let's actually dive over to that right now. They're removing power level and power progression altogether. So no more power levels. All players can play together. And this is what I like. How many times, I probably, okay, maybe it has happened to you. You're top level. You can get into anything inside of the game right now. If I were to dive into the game with you, there's so many zones that I can't yet get to. So we can't play together. Or I guess we could, but you'd have to downgrade all the way to zones where you wouldn't be getting any reward whatsoever. So they're getting rid of the power progression altogether. So from day one, me as a day one player, you as a day 100 player, we could play in the same zones. And I think that's how maybe that's where the social element that they're talking about was a problem. You know, you've been playing for a year. You get your buddy to come join the game and they can't play with you. That's going to be a problem. You can't play with your friends. So this is probably part of how the social element has been changed. It's all open to all players. But you do bring up a concept there that it's going to be different, right? Like with no power gain over time,
Yeah.
it's not going to get easier for you to take down certain bosses. It's all going to be based around skill. Is that kind of what you were getting at there?
Yeah, totally. And that, like, again, the power removal of power progression, that was the second thing in the KPI I wasn't so fond of. But again, on reflection, it's not a bad thing because, like you say there, it's all down to skill. Whether you beat a Rift with these classes in your team in whatever time it is, down to skill. And it's same with the dojos because there's no power level there. You don't increase your ring level, don't increase your power. So everything in the game essentially is down to skill. So it is quite a good thing. And like we said before, it's the bots in game is a problem. Maybe the lack of players playing the game at the moment is feeding into that. But like you say, the way they're structuring it now is going to be better for eradicating the bots as well. So, like I said, when I've had time to reflect on these changes, I've started thinking, yeah, I can see why they're doing that. I can see why they're doing that change. But yeah, it like we were saying, it does add a layer of skill to the game with these classes and the removal of power progression. But what I will see is, because I had a talk with Lowcase as well about this, and we were saying, what's going to be the factor in which, for someone who plays the game for 5 minutes a day versus someone who plays the game for 5 hours a day, what's going to be the difference in that? Are we still going to get a player level that you can see in game? So, for example, if I played for 5 hours a day, I might be like level 10. Someone only played for 5 minutes a day, they might be level 2. Are we still going to get a player level to indicate that in game? Because you still need something, in my opinion, to indicate to other players, especially when you're on a world, that you play the game a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a status symbol so players can see that you have more time in the game versus someone else.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to have something. There's going to be levels, but they're just, I mean, I don't know for sure, but there has to be, right? There has to be something that shows that you are an end game player. It just is not going to, it's not going to determine how much power you have, but, you know, maybe, some type of a badge or icon or things like that. I think that has to be there. Also, there has to be stuff in the game that makes you want to play for 5 hours a day, right? If there's no power progression, which is really what a lot of people play for to get stronger. Now, if that power progression is gone, there need to be other things that players are working for that since the power progression is gone. So now when we have basically 3 months until the new year when we're potentially getting these changes to drop and season 1 starts. It's going to be a fresh start, they mentioned. So all the progress you're still grinding for every day is going to be gone because it's going to be a whole new system. They did say that cosmetics are going to remain. Anything that you've earned that's not power-based, you're going to still have. So your gold, your cosmetics, and there's going to be some type of a compensation plan so that your time wasn't completely wasted. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? The team needs to revamp the game. This is a direction they're going in. They're doing it now, so it's sooner rather than later. But I feel like they need to have a good compensation plan in place because, I spent a lot of time in season 1. I've spent a lot of time playing in season 2. I mean, a lot of players have grinded to unlock the modules, the Elite Dash module, the Healing module. What's going to happen to those? We don't know. I'm assuming they're going to be dissolved and incorporated into the classes they're on about, but we don't know. It still leaves a lot of questions, the KPI, but they're doing it. That Ask Me Anything, aren't they? Which they're publishing next week. So we might get some more answers in that. But yeah, it needs to be done. It needs to be done, unfortunately.
It does need to be done. And they are going to be preserving your collector level as well. Remember, and I think when I was on with Kairos and we were talking, he was all about collector level. Kairos cares so much about the collector level. So Supercell knows that, and that's directly correlates with people buying stuff in the game, right? So you can't take that collector level away because it was the motivation for people to spend. So I'm glad that they're keeping that. Think back. I don't know if you remember this, man. I don't know if you were, I don't think you were a content creator yet, but when Brawl Stars was first out, it was a vertical game when Brawl Stars first launched. And I remember when they were changing it to horizontal, myself and everyone included was like, what are you doing? Changing it completely, redoing everything inside of the game. And now look at Brawl Stars now. It's a huge success, one of the most popular games in the App Store. I mean, making these big changes, and this is a similar type of a change, and maybe even a smaller change than making it how Brawl Stars made the switch. They know what they're doing, right? They have all the numbers, they have all the feedback, and they're doing what they think is right. And at the end of the day, it's really about getting the most number of players playing the game, more than the top tier, top level players, you know, the top 1% of players, because the game can't be supported by the top 1%. So having the most players brought in, I think they're making those changes for that. And for you and I as players, for you and I as content creators, the more players that are inside of the game, the better it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Are there any other things? I'll let you go. Sorry.
I was going to say a similar case with you saying about Brawl Stars. I don't know if you can remember with Clash Mini, when they went to the no movement change inside of the game. They announced no movement was coming in, whatever update it was. But the community was in uproar though, like you can't remove the ability to let us move minis in between rounds. It's not going to work, you're going to kill the game. And then they went ahead, still implemented it, and it was a success. Everyone in the community absolutely loved it. So, like you say, the devs know what they're doing. There's a lot of changes, a lot of big changes. I feel as though when they change the game to this sort of setup, they need to stick with it, they can't revert back. So I'm confident that they're going to think it's a success if they're going this big with the changes.
Yeah, and they're taking the entire team and putting all the team on the changes as well. I think Zhao himself is going to be doing some stuff for like design and everything. He's like learning how to do it to support the game in the meantime. But they also did mention they're still listening to the community. They're talking about an AMA that's coming up. They were taking questions from Reddit, Twitter, and from Discord, and they were taking the top 10 comments from all of those. I don't know if that was already recorded or not. It may have been. If it was or wasn't, either way, we know that they're listening to the community. They want to have a successful game, and I think it's on the right path. It's just, are they going to have enough power? Are they going to be able to launch big enough when this is all ready to be a success? And if we're being very honest, a lot of that has to do with advertising dollars. So many people have never even heard of Moco because no big campaigns were put behind it. If they have the budget to put huge advertisement behind it, if you remember Clash of Clans, a lot of people started playing because there was a Super Bowl commercial for Clash of Clans. Those aren't cheap. But if they have the money for the advertising budget, then people are going to play. People are going to try it. And if it's really fun, they'll continue playing. And then they have a successful game that grows over time. Are there any things that we didn't discuss right here as we're getting towards the end of the video that that you want to talk about, either that are changing, that's coming, or things that you're disappointed or happy about?
No, like I said, it's a lot to digest with the KPI. A lot of people don't like changes, kind of myself included, but like we said, we shared stories there about Brawl Stars and Clash Mini, and I think the team knows what they're doing. I think it is going to be a success, so everyone's just going to have a little bit of faith.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I hate changes. I hate balance changes. It seems like whatever game I play, whatever class I'm playing, it's getting a nerf. It's just, so I also don't like changes. But as we're getting towards the end, I want to let everyone know that Gaz here has a YouTube channel of his own. He used to cover Clash Mini. He now covers Moco, and you could go check him out for all different guides, playthroughs, basically everything that you want to see about Moco. He also is a creator. You've seen throughout the video his creator code. If you're inside of the game, whether it's Moco or any other Supercell game, feel free to use his creator code to support him as a content creator. Man, I appreciate you coming through and having this discussion, brother. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Anytime, man. Anytime.
Let's do it again. And guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Now you know how we're feeling about Moco and its future. Stay up to date, both from his channel and my own, on anything relating to Moco. Take care, guys.